Financial partners, Don and Gino.
Winning. That's what our goal is. Help you win in this market today. That's why this show is live every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. You can join us right here in the Vault Media Studio. That's right, our custom-built studios right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage. And you can join us by going to donandgino.com. That's DONANDGINO.com. Click on the Listen and Chat Live, and you can enter the vault because you don't have a key to the vault unless you go online and click on Listen and Chat Live, right?
Yeah, and I call that our hub, Don. Once you're there, I recommend you check out our web page, or our Facebook page.
I hope they do. They're on the web page.
They're on the web page. They better check it out. But yeah, hit the Facebook link, and that way we can communicate with you on a daily basis rather than a weekly basis.
Yeah, we like to be liked.
Yeah, we're not going to overpost. We're not going to clog up your wall with a bunch of mortgage stuff or anything like that. Only things that are relevant and important and you should know.
That's true. So we should take the Amway off of it?
I was trying to get my downlink working. No, none of that.
It's all just market updates of what's going on with us, what's going on with the markets, and you'll be the one in the know. You'll actually be the smartest person at the water cooler, or at least on the Facebook, because that's how everybody communicates these days. They don't go to the water cooler; they just Facebook you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I felt bad this morning. I did like 6 posts before 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wow, somebody's going to think I'm crazy or something.
No, he was just showing off. I'm up early working hard for you. I know what he was doing.
Because usually I'm at the gym, so I won't
then
be
you post, I did that one.
You did that one,
I did the gym.
Yeah.
So, okay, we have some great information for you today. Reason being, what's really cool is that we have Paul Dinkel, one of the top real estate agents right here in Remax of Valencia, and a good friend of mine. We've been working together for close to 15 years now and have about 100% success rate, and the clients just being wowed and exceeding their expectations and coming back. Isn't that a great thing, Paul, is that most of them come back because of the passion and sincerity that we have to make sure that they achieve their goals.
Well, that's great because you build a level of trust with them, and they want to come back. You do a good job, get the job done, and all they do is tell other people about you.
Yeah, that's a good thing, huh? I mean, that's a testament to Paul, because I know a lot of the clients that we worked with 3, 4 times. They're family members. That's a testament that it shows that you care about building a relationship. It's not about the transaction, because you know these people. I mean, we can name off, Joe and Jamie. Well, let's see, that's what, a 12, 13-year client?
Yeah, many years, and it extends over parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters. So it's a huge family hierarchy that you're helping with their real estate needs.
No, that's good stuff. So what's cool, Paul, I went back, and you've been on the show a few times before. Thank you very much. And you were quoted back in December that now is the time to buy. Don't wait until spring, because things are going to be happening in spring. Now's the time. And sure enough, December, January, February, even in March was dead. I mean, it slowed down to a screeching halt, which it kind of needed to do. The market was crazy, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was a good thing. It was like you mentioned, it was a good opportunity actually for those that were not in the market or could not be in the market last year, because it was last year was survival of the fittest. If you didn't have a cash, you already lost out on a lot of properties. If you didn't have a 30% down payment, if you weren't willing to get rid of your appraisal contingency, if you weren't willing to do all those things last year, you weren't going to get a home. If you had veterans financing or FHA financing, you weren't going to get a home. It was very difficult last year. This year, in that window of time, there was a lot of opportunity. There was enough homes on the market to still have some sort of selection. And, I still think now there's still quite a bit, and we could talk a little bit about what inventory looks like and the opportunities that are out there. And what I think's made it really interesting in the last 3 weeks is that rates have come down nearly 0.75%. So if you looked at what you qualified for just a few weeks ago, maybe even a couple of months ago, versus what you qualify for today, it's time to give us a call at 855-DON-GINO, and we'll be glad to look at those numbers for you.
Yeah, we haven't seen rates this low, just so you know, since October 2013. So this is good news, but it doesn't mean they're going to stay, because unfortunately rates go up faster than they go down. So this is a good time. And the inventory, is the inventory up compared to last year, Paul?
Well, the inventory is up quite a bit compared to last year. About this time last year, we were running a little over 200 listings for the whole Santa Clarita Valley.
200 for like 280,000 people. That makes sense.
Yes. Well, if you look back at the peak of the market, 2004, 2005, we were running about 25 to 2,800 listings.
Isn't that funny that people think that you need to have a restricted supply in order for prices to go up, but at the peak of the market we had 2,500 homes. So in reality, we need to have inventory, just not too much, right? Just not a glut. I'm sure if we looked at the worst times, there was probably 4,000 homes or something astronomical. But I think we're in a relatively healthy market. Do you think there's opportunities right now more for buyers or more for sellers?
I think there's a lot of opportunities for buyers right now. Just to give you an example, there's about 560, 570 listings right now. It's about a 2-month supply, so it's less than a balanced market. A balanced market's considered about 6 months. So even though it's technically a seller's market, it's still a great time for buyers to buy.
So you would agree that now would be the time to get in because rates are down. Because if even just a 0.5% in interest rate can change your purchasing power by $25,000, $30,000 in a heartbeat, or raise your payment a couple $100.
Yeah, now is a great time because there is selection out there. There's not as many buyers. This time last year, the market was driven by investors. The investors have, for the most part, have dropped out.
That's good news for a lot of you out there because competing with an investor that's going to drop down cash is very difficult for you to compete with and probably frustrate a lot of you. But good news is working with a good professional like Paul, and we'll talk about some of those advantages and success tips to help you during a market that's still low on inventory, so that you're still going to have to know what you're doing. And you're going to need to work with a local real estate agent, a local lender to really give you that advantage, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely, and it's really to your benefit to be pre-approved before you even start the process. I can't emphasize that enough. If you're not, then what happens is you get in there and then you find out you can't get the loan, and then you have to change it into different programs, and it just makes a mess. There's nothing better than the security of knowing that you're pre-approved with a good company like Cherry Creek, where you know it's going to happen. I've gotten other pre-approval letters from other lenders, and it looks good on paper, but when you get right down to it, 9 out of 10 times something goes wrong and they can't do the loan. And then I'm steering my customer back to Cherry Creek Mortgage.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because we were Don and I were both on a panel at the Women's Council of Realtors yesterday, and one of the questions was, what's the most common reason that loans get declined in underwriting? And
there was a common theme.
Yeah, there's a common theme, and the common theme is that loan officers don't do enough due diligence. And of course, it wasn't put that eloquently, right? It was definitely put a little more between the eyes. But the reality is that most loan officers don't take the time, and most buyers. Let's go ahead and throw a little bit of this too. Most buyers don't have the patience to let their loan officers do it right. And like you mentioned, that only results in stress, difficulties in closing, changes in programs, changes in rates, and they don't have the security that they're going to get exactly what they expected, and it makes for a bad situation and a bad transaction. When they could all be avoided by starting the process early, getting good advice up front, and making sure that their pre-approval is worth something.
Well, there's got to be, a value to you out there when you're out thinking about buying a home or thinking about buying your next home, to know exactly where your numbers are. Knowing exactly what the payment's going to be, knowing exactly how much money you need to come up with it, knowing exactly what your options are. I know when we do a mortgage coach analysis, we'll give you usually 3-4 options so you know what they are, because you'd be surprised. There's a lot of you out there right now that are going, you know what, I'm okay with an adjustable because this is my first home. I only plan on staying in it in 3 to 4 years, so I don't mind looking at a 5-year or a 7-year fixed adjustable loan that allows me to lower my interest rate by quite a bit and afford more home possibly.
Yeah, in fact, the adjustable rate mortgages in the last 6 weeks or 8 weeks have become very, very popular. And I think it's people thinking, I'm exactly what you just said. We're going to upgrade. We're not going to stay in this home. This is just our first home. The market's starting to rise.
They believe in appreciation again.
Yeah, exactly.
What a concept. Okay, so Paul, when we get back, why don't we talk about some of the advantages to one, working with a local agent and a networked agent, somebody that's got experience here, has accountability in Santa Clarita. I know there are some strategies that we can talk about to help a buyer become more successful in what is going to be a lot more challenging coming up here in spring. We're already seeing the activity pick up. So why don't we talk about what you have done to help your clients. I know as a team what we've done to help our clients become successful, and how to get their offers accepted a little easier, because that's going to be key, and how you negotiate on their behalf. Does that sound good, Paul?
That sounds great. Looking forward to it.
All right, don't go away. We're going to give you some great success tips that you're going to need for either you, your family members, your children, you name it. We got it right here on the Don and Gino Show.